Good morning. Let me find my face. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay? That's interesting that I can't see my face. How are you? No, wrong one. Okay, well, there you can see my screen at least. Hi, everyone. I'm not sure why my other camera is not working. But hello, it is 2 minutes past 10. Yay, you can hear me. Hi. Hi, Melody. Hi, Evelina. So good to see you. I really missed you too. Hi, Inga. Yay. Okay, awesome. All right, I do not know why I can't switch to the other camera. That is very interesting. Let me just see what I can do here. How have you been? I've missed you all. Hi, Lorna. It has been a good long while since we had a nice doodle session. And the reason is that I was on holiday with my parents who were visiting from South Africa. So, yeah, we were on the road. We were doing all kinds of lovely memory-making experiences. I'm just going to see if I can add, there we go, add existing full screen. There we go, hurrah. Hopefully you can see me now. Oh, I just figured that one out. No, I did not. Okay, there we go. All right, all good. Yeah, so how has your June been? It feels like it has been... I can't remember the last time that we did a live session together. It must have been towards the end of May because that is when my parents arrived. And so how have you been? It is today, in fact, I think it's been a month, looking at the date, the 20th of June, and today is also the summer solstice for us in the Northern Hemisphere, winter solstice for those in the Southern Hemisphere. And so that is going to inform our theme for our doodling session today. We're going to be drawing the sun and yeah, just paying homage to the beautiful star in our sky that brightens our day and never fails to rise. I think that is something to honor and be grateful for. So what has been going on with you? Yay! Inga, you're looking forward to summer holidays. Where are you going? I'd love to know if all of you have plans for the summer. Are you staying at home, having a staycation for the summer? Are you going away? I will say, although I am back at home for today's session, we are going away again, but it is just my husband and I traveling, and so I will still be able to do our weekly doodle sessions. It will just be from different places, not from home. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. So Inga, your kids had their last exams today. Wow, that is awesome. So that is them, is that like forever, like school exams forever, or just for this year? CJ, good to see you too. Yay. Oh, Inga, you're going to Italy. Oh my goodness. I am so envious. Oh, beautiful. I've never been to Italy, and I can just imagine what it's like in the summertime. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Hurrah. I'm excited for you. Alrighty. And so as I mentioned, it has been a while. It's been a month, and there was a whole big thing with getting set up, and so I just want to bring us into the present moment for our doodling session. So let's take a little moment to breathe, get our position. I'm sitting on a ball, if you can hear the, and if you see me bouncing up and down, that's because I'm sitting on a ball. Oh, Inga, for the year, your kids, next week we know their grades, but looking at the past year, we know they will pass. Oh, I'm sure they will make you proud. They have made you proud. That's amazing. Yay. So let us get into the present moment and just do some warming up exercises for our wrists, because our hands and our fingers, our wrists, Our elbows and our shoulders are all active participants in this meditative practice. If you are new here and you haven't joined before in one of these doodling sessions, welcome. I'm glad that you are here. And as I mentioned, this is a form of active meditation. We doodle for relaxation. Hi, Mende. Yay! I missed you too. Thank you. I am back. I have been missing. But yeah, being present with my family while they were visiting. And now we are going to be present with ourselves and our doodles. And yeah, this is just a lovely practice to reflect on the week that has been, to set intentions for the week that is coming, and ultimately to practice being in the present moment for kind of blocking off the noise, the clutter, the outside stimulation, and focusing our mind and our attention onto a singular task. So if you have your phones with you, if you are watching this on your phone, then just turn off your notifications so that nothing pings. Speaking of that, I will do exactly the same. Put it onto focus mode. There we go. And take a nice deep cleansing breath. Yes, Mende, I did. I had a wonderful time with my family. Thank you. Lots of wonderful memories. The thing is, though, with every hello, there's a goodbye, and that's always hard. Hi, Julie. Yay, from sunny England. Which part of England, Julie? I have Clevedon's weather plugged into my phone because that's where my brother lives. And I'm always interested in what their weather looks like. And you've got a warm, sunny day today, or at least in the southwest of England. Yay. Yeah. Okay, so warming up our wrists, our fingers. Let's do some stars, jazz hands. Rolling the shoulders back. And take a nice deep breath in to the count of 3. And out to the count of 3. And in. And out. And last one. In. And out. Okay, and here we are present in this moment. Thank you again for joining in. It's so good to be with you again. All right, so hopefully you have your doodling paraphernalia with you, whether that is on a digital tablet or iPad or with your digital pen, or it is pen and paper, old school, or in a journal, whatever your fancy is. If you're new here, I use an iPad and an Apple Pencil, and I use the Procreate app. I always get that question, so just putting that out there straight away. Also, although today we're going to do something a little bit differently, but I do have a free resource for you if you would like, where you can download the Doodle designs. You will find the link to that in my teacher profile, so you can hop on over there. You will have to, and I must change it, but as it stands right now, you have to have a Substack account to be able to access that free resource. So that's the only hurdle currently. But I do intend to change it for those of you who don't want to sign up to Substack. But that is also where we can share our doodles if you choose to, because currently there's no way to do that on this platform. So that's the only way that I've been able to kind of hack it to be able to share our doodles. So we do have a reference sheet of doodles. However, today is a little bit more an experimental, creative, calming, easy doodle, I would say. It's much easier. Mende, yay, I'm so glad that you're back here too. So get your pen and pencil. What you are going to need is potentially a ruler and a circular shape that you can trace. So you might need a globe with a circular base, or a mug, or a cup, or something else that you can use to trace, because that's going to be our central element, our central shape of this doodle design, because we are honoring the sun. I've just realized that my music is not on, so I want to put that on. So while you're gathering all your bits and bobs, let me know if you can hear the music, if it's too loud or if it's too soft. Okay, I do like to have me a little bit of background music because it adds to the experience. Okay, just let me know if that gets too loud. Yay, we are honoring the sun. Okay, and so then also grabbing your preferred pencil or pen in your preferred color. I'm just going to grab mine here quickly. And as I said, we're going to be going a little bit off script today from what we normally do, because today, again, if you are new here, you won't know, but alternate weeks we have an alphabet series, and then in the other alternate weeks we have like a creative doodling session, and this happens to be one of the creative doodling sessions to get us back into the groove of our weekly doodle practice. And so I'm thinking, I feel called to introduce a little bit more flexibility and intuitive doodling. And so today is one of those examples. So I'm going to switch over now to the overhead camera. And hopefully there you can see the screen okay. Right, so what we're going to do, and this is going to be such a simple and easy doodle, so there is zero pressure, a constant reminder that this is not about the aesthetics, this is about the practice, the presence, the being, just focused on the task at hand. I do need to find my drawing assistant. That's interesting. Okay, anyway, we'll do what we can. All right, so what we're going to do initially in your page, wherever your page is, whether you've got a square page or a rectangular page, you decide how big you want your circle in the middle of the page to be. Doesn't need to be in the middle of the page either. It can also be a little bit off center. So it's completely up to you. In fact, I think I'm going to do a rising sun. So I'm going to do it right about here. Now, I don't have a thing. I do have a no, I'm not going to put that on my screen. Okay, I will just use the tools that I have at hand. So you're going to draw your circle wherever you are on your page. Mine is going to be a rising sun because it is a new day. And then it is going to be a very, very easy and slow, methodical doodle design. Please tell me if the music is too loud or too soft. I hope you can hear it. Using a ruler. I feel like I really do want a ruler. Let's see what I have here. You know what I didn't do? And that is a great segue before we get going. Because here we go. I was looking for a ruler and I remembered that's how out of practice I am. Then I usually draw a card, and I'm going to use our card as my ruler. So when I'm in my groove and on the ball, as it were, I literally am on the ball right now, but metaphorically on the ball, I do start the sessions with drawing a card. So better late than never. Let's see what today's sun sun solstice card is. Oh, it's perfect. Reflection. Oh, I love that. Reflection. Love, love, love that. And it says, I take time for solitude and reflection. This is important for me to connect to my core being and to rediscover who I am and what I really need in life. Oh man, could it be more perfect for today's doodling session? I don't think so. Love that. I take time for solitude and reflection. This is important for me to connect to my core being and to rediscover who I am and what I really need in life. Okay, perfect. Just what we needed for today. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my ruler, and then it will be our constant reminder. Okay, and what we're going to do, and this is actually going to turn out like I say often, frequently, that it is not about the aesthetics of the drawing. It just so happens that today's one is going to be aesthetically pleasing just by the nature of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to radiate lines outwards, and I would suggest that we start with our 90-degree lines, wherever that lands on your page, on your circle. So finding what, like you could just eyeball where the center of your circle is, and you are going to, I've changed color, 1 second. Accidentally changed my color. Okay, let me just do this again. Those of you who are doing it old school on paper, you will have a much easier job of this. Okay. Are you going to let me draw? So in our 90, there we go. Draw a line and then leave a gap at random places. And then at your other 90-degree angle. So your 12 o'clock, your 3 o'clock, your 6 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock. And then just leave random gaps. Doesn't matter how many, your choice. So can you see that? Oh, I've gone off screen. There you go. Sorry about that. Hi, Zembira. Good to see you. Yes, I've drawn my sun off the side of the page. Is the screen too bright for you? I can lower the brightness if that helps. Does that help? And does... You've got some ziggy zags. Is that better? Let me know if that helps. Is that better? What I can also do is zoom in a bit, perhaps. And then you can see my page a bit better. Okay. There you go. Is that okay? Hopefully that is okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Yes, okay. You can't see the full page. So that is my full page. I have drawn off of the side of my page. That's just my personal preference. You do what you want to do. Okay, so my sun it's a rising sun. Okay, cool. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same going all the way around our sun. And we're going to keep the lines fairly close to each other. And the dashes or the spaces between the lines are going to go at random places. So this is a slowing down exercise. It is a simple, like you don't have to overthink it. Many of our doodles that we do usually can be a little bit complicated, so you are engaging your brain to kind of work it out and do what, you know, to get the pattern. But this one, there is no working out. It's literally, we're just going to follow the dial of the sun, as it were, and do these lines with random gaps. And so you're going to space, you know, angle the lines accordingly. You can move your page around so that you're always kind of drawing at the right angle. Okay, and so we go. And they don't need to be perfect. I'm going to do that way. And they're going to go off the page. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. No, I'm not. Hey Jessica, good to see you. Yay! So glad to have you. Awesome. And we're going to invite as the card says, some reflection. Reflecting on the week. But as this is the sun solstice, we can actually also reflect on the first part of this year, the first 6 months. Who have you become in the last 6 months? What's different now than the start of the year? Can you recall what your intentions for the year were, if you've set any? Yeah, so you can kind of see the effect coming into play. Very simple. We don't want to overthink it today. It's a reflective day. No. And it's also an opportunity to contemplate the rest of the year. Contemplating your creative practices. Gosh, this is... Remembering to breathe. I keep accidentally changing my color. Reflect on what each new day means for you. I was listening to a track this morning about, and because I'm reading a book and also doing a doodle regarding a book about the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen. Kaizen meaning change and wisdom, or the wisdom of change, and how small improvements every day, just one thing, over the long term has a big impact. So on the summer solstice, we can reflect on what small changes have we made in the first part of this year that seem insignificant on a daily basis, but if we look back, in fact, to make it balanced, think back to the winter solstice, the 20th of December. Where were you? Or the 21st of December. Where were you? Who were you? What were you doing? And how has that changed to where you are, who you are, and what you're doing now? No. Trying to see if I can switch off a setting. What have you created since December? Jessica, this is helpful for anyone else who might want to Zen doodle on paper. I got these things called artist tiles, which are meant for doing this type of doodling, and they're small, and just do a small one every day. I may give them away or something, try to figure out storing them. That's the only thing. Yes, I believe that is similar to a, well, it's from Zentangle. Am I right, Jessica? That's the part of the kit for the Zentangle practice. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, the storage is a thing. I'm just going to go into the spaces where I feel like there's some big gaps and fill in some more lines. What skills have you developed in the last 6 months? What practices have you put into place? What changes have you made to your life, your lifestyle, your relationships? What habits have you honored? How have you grown as a person? How has your perspective changed? What beliefs have you changed? What experiences have changed you? What mistakes have you made? What perceived failures have you had? My lines have gone a bit skew. Yes, this is a very meditative, simple drawing. And I'm glad you're enjoying the music, CJ. It does feel apt. Gosh. Okay, I need to change that gesture. It's okay if your lines have gone a bit squishy. Mine have too. It's okay. Another point of reflection is, how do you respond? How have you noticed your response to adversity? Do you respond differently? Much the same? As you always have? And without judgment as well. Just being aware of how you respond. Think back to any adversity you overcame in the last 6 months. And what can you learn from it? What can you observe about yourself? That can help you in future situations. And are there still areas for growth? Opportunities to do things differently, healthier, more helpfully. Okay, and once you've finished your lines, see if you're doing all the way around your sun. You will have a lot more lines to do. If you have finished, then you can have a look and see, are there any gaps where you can fill in and add some additional lines. But hopefully you're liking the effect that these simple lines have. If I zoom in, mine are not perfect by any means, but it still is oddly satisfying. I think that's doodling in general is oddly satisfying, for me at least. And just when you think there's no room for any more, when you start looking, you see that there are actually quite a few more gaps, quite a few more opportunities. And isn't that just a lesson for life? And just keep going. Just keep adding. Look for the gaps. Look for the opportunities. When you start looking, you find them. think I've completed all the gaps. Wait, one more. Okay. And so the final opportunity we have here, let me know if you have finished your star or your sun rays. Jessica, do you keep turning it back to white? Sometimes I find I do that. Yes. If you're on the Procreate app, it does want to keep changing it. So there's a gesture that you can switch off, which I found out right here now live. Well, I knew it was there. I just did it while we were here. So if you go to gesture controls and then eyedropper and then touch and hold, make sure that is off. Holding a finger on the canvas will invoke the eyedropper. So just turn that off temporarily. If you're used to using it when you normally draw on Procreate, then you'll have to come back and turn it on, back to eyedropper. But yes, that was occurring when I first started on this drawing, and I hadn't thought of the implications of using an object, a ruler or something to do the lines. So yeah, that's the way to switch that off. So the final opportunity, Claire, you have to go. Can you tell me what we're doing with the sun? Yes, so I was going to do our usual spinning the wheel. So let's spin the wheel so that you can at least see. So for those of you who aren't aware, there are 50 doodle designs and number 38. So number 38 in our doodle designs. I'll show you what that is. Number 38. Of course, you can decide what do you want to fill your sun with. This is number 38. So we did bring in the wheel and the doodles, and so that is what the wheel decided. If you choose, you can fill any other design within your circle, within your sun, completely up to you, or you can do what the wheel has suggested. If you are wanting to see, I'll show you, for those of you who want some inspiration, let me just find my, my doodle. There we go, our doodle patterns. So if you're looking for some inspiration, see if any of these call to you. I'm thinking actually that this is a good one. What do you reckon? Because that's kind of sun flary. It's like a sun and rainbow. Yeah, that's cool. Yes. I quite like this. I think I feel called to do this one. It's your choice, however you want to fill the sun. This one for me feels right. So I'm going to do that one. I'll just show you the rest if, there we go. So that was number 38 that the wheel chose. I'm going to do this one. This is number 10. I'll keep this to the side so that you can see it. And I'll keep that there. So if you want to do number 38, this will be it over here. Oh, let me just get that there. That's number 38. Otherwise, if you want to follow number 10 with me, so I'm going to do number 10. So we start with our little almost like tendrils. Okay, once you've got as many tendrils as you like, if you are following this doodle pattern, then you can start. Just following it round. Let me see. You can find these doodle sheets. Yes, go to my teacher profile. Can you show how to start number 10? Yes, okay. As we are. And then your twist is lovely. Cool. And when I bump up against another tendril, that's kind of where I just stop for the moment and get going with the next one. And then we'll fill in the gaps. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Yes, I should be saying things like that. I should be telling you to follow me if you want to get notified when I go live, and to get the download over in my teacher profile. I appreciate you, Jessica. I'm wanting to probably after the summer start doing more doodle sessions per week.
I will just need to figure out what day and what time of day would be most suitable. Perhaps an evening or a later in the day one. Okay, and then once you've done all your initial tendrils, then you can start filling in the gaps in between.
How are we doing on time?
Okay. And you can just imagine that these are swirling underneath each other, over each other. And just follow the shapes around. Again, it's an oddly satisfying design. Alrighty, there we go. That is the final design. If you are following along, that is actually, mine was a sun. I saw it as a sunrise. Has my page? Oh, I've just seen that it's flipped. That's okay. There we go. So that is the final doodle for our summer solstice doodle session, and our honoring of the sun and where it is. You're like 10 for this design. Awesome, Evelina. Good. I'm glad. Yes, it did turn out to be a very good one. It kind of felt aligned. I think that's very soothing. Yeah, very, very satisfied with that. I hope that you enjoyed making this as well. Are you done with your doodle? I would love to be able to see how yours turned out. So please, please, please do share them if you feel called to. And the link is in my teacher profile so that you can log on and share your doodle design with us. I think everybody else who has done this drawing as well would love to be able to see it. I love seeing what you've created from these sessions. It inspires me to create more, and I really, certainly having taken this break without much forethought in terms of how I'm going to be continuing my doodle practice, ended up not doing very much at all, and I can feel it. I can feel that I haven't been creating. I can feel that I need to top up my creative tank, and this is a simple, easy, accessible way of doing exactly that. And I can feel that the doodle practice kind of is a precursor to all other kinds of creativity, because it's essentially your creative warm-up. Gets you in the zone, gets you plugged in, gets you energized, and the energy and the creativity that you spark here in these simple sessions can overflow into all other areas of your work, or of your creative life, or your home life, or just your personal well-being practice. So it really is well worth the time and effort to do. And I would love to see what you've created as well, because creativity is contagious, and the act of creating is contagious. So when I see others create, it inspires me to create, and I hope you feel the same. So even if you have logged in here in this session and you haven't done the drawing yourself, I hope that watching others create inspires you to create, because that's what we're all here to do. We're here to make a mark, create, what is inside, make it real. Okay, Jessica, you'll be doing yours over the weekend. Fantastic. Mende, you're not finished yours yet? Okay, no problem. Working the inside using the same pattern as you. Awesome. I think that it is a great, I love that this pattern really did jump out, and I feel like these creative sessions where it's not the alphabet, I feel like they're going to morph into more of an intuitive drawing session, like an intuitive doodling session. And perhaps let me know, does that resonate with you at all? If we were to kind of be a bit more intuitive in the design, and probably also the theme. Maybe I'll throw that out into the group and say, these are the 3 themes that are coming up for this week's creative session, intuitive session, let's say, our intuitive doodling session. Which one resonates most with you? And then in the actual session, we be a bit more intuitive in choosing the pattern. Let me know if that resonates with you. I would love, hey Jason, good to see you here. Oh, yay, I'm glad. I'm glad that you like it. Fantastic. Evelina, you're not finished with your 10. Okay, no problem. You carry on. Zamvira, you finished yours. Very satisfying, isn't it? Isn't it though? Love it. It's so simple, but so satisfying. And not perfect, let's just say. Let's just point that out, highlight that fact. Okay, Jessica, you love that idea. Awesome. You're so welcome, Zamvira. Ooh, that would be fun. Yay, Inga, I'm glad. Cool. All right, so yes, I think that then our creative alternate week doodles will be more intuitive. I'll put it out to the group. and we'll decide on the theme. And then in the session, we intuitively choose. And what I like about the intuitive choosing of the doodle patterns is that you then can choose what's coming up for you. I would love then to see what your intuition is guiding you to doodle, and then see what you create, like how we then all interpret a singular theme, but our intuition guides us to doodle the interior differently. That would be fun. I think that would be so cool to see. So yay. Thank you, Evelina. I'm so glad to be back as well. Thank you all for joining us. So good to reconnect with you. I really have missed you. I've missed our doodle sessions for sure. And it feels really, really good to be back. Yay. So as I mentioned, I am traveling, so these sessions are still going to happen because it's just me and my husband, so I'll just be in different places, so the setup might be a little bit different and I might be a little bit frantic as I work out the technical setup, because I have to set it up differently every time, but regardless, I'll be showing up. So thank you for showing up. I hope that you found this session satisfying. I hope you found it relaxing. And I hope that you reflect, like take some time to reflect on what the first part of this year has been, you know, this 6 months, this summer solstice. Reflect on how you have grown in the last 6 months and what has changed. To read it out again, I take time for solitude and reflection. This is important for me to connect to my core being and to rediscover who I am and what I really need in life. So that's the invitation, to take that time and contemplate what is really important for you. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to hop on over to my teacher profile to get the links for the doodles, and if you feel called to share a photo of what you created, I would love to see it. And otherwise, follow me. I have already created the event for next week's doodle session, so you can already go and register for that so that you do get the notification. Hopefully you get that, and I look forward to seeing you the same time next week. All right, everyone, have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much.